Yes, please.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Tar
Meher
Meher
Baba
Baba
ki
Ki
jai.
Avatar
Har
Meher Baba
Meher
Jai.
Baba jai.
Tar Meher
Meher Baba ki jai.
Jai. Jai Baba, all of you. Nice to meet you. Now, to resume with the story of the Pune city, I am going to tell you some specialities of some of the people who have contributed a lot, not monetary contribution, but their physical labor. And in the initial period, these people have trained the new generation as we were, and they prepared our minds to love Baba. And believe me, that feeling about Mer Baba was very honest. It was not a mere show. It was very honest, I tell you. We were all charged with that conviction about Meher Baba. And the reason was all the guidance of these elderly people. As I told you, the first one was Mr. Gadekar, who had come on transfer to Pune from Surapur. He had already worked in the school at Mehrabad, and thereafter he went to I think
I think we lost him. Looks like poor connection there.
Yeah, poor connection.
He'll be back.
Yeah. We'll wait. Jai Baba Pratap ji, are you there?
Diane, were you here when I mentioned, were you in the Aarti when I mentioned your Zoom? No, about the showers, about Baba showers. It came up because someone mentioned the pool of love within, and we were talking about the showers, the Baba
It wasn't a
shower.
shower. It was a bath.
now
It was a
Oh,
can
spiritual
you hear
bath.
me now?
Yeah,
There.
yeah,
Jai
we
Baba.
can
Can you
hear
hear
you.
me now?
Yes, sir. Yes, Jai Baba.
Oh, thank you, Jai Baba. So I was talking about the early senior people who had nurtured the whole group, young group of Pune. Having taken up the subject of the creation of Pune Center, how it happened. So Mr. Gadekar, he came from Sholapur. He had transferred to Pune, and he started some activities at his house, a weekly meeting. And his assistant in the office, Mr. Lakshmikant Thadi, he was inspired by him, by Mr. Gadekar. And Mr. Thade, he also started telling the people about Mir Baba. The young boys, they used to discuss together about Mir Baba. Mir Baba was the main subject of that time. Among these, all the young people, Meher Baba was the main subject. And so it went on. There was one person, I'm going to tell you about that person today. See how the dedication was there. His name was Sule, D.S. Sule. Amongst us, an elderly person. He must have been in the teaching line. He migrated from Nagpur and came and stayed in Pune. This is very, I would like to hear about this person because there are very inspiring thoughts about this person. He was somewhat a whimsical type person. Not somewhat, he was quite good. To much extent, he was whimsical. And whenever we talk about him, supposing he comes to your house and you're taking food, and you just invite him very lovingly. You used to call him Kaka. Kaka means uncle. So, uncle, you would like to join us in. Am I a beggar? What do you think? What do you think of yourself? Now, and conversely, if people are taking food and if he comes and people do not ask him because of his whimsical nature, they avoid to ask him whether he will take food. He would say, what uncultured people are these? They don't have even a sense to ask me whether I would be able to, I would like to join them in taking lunch. So this was both the ways he used to, talk. Now, this person, because of his whimsical nature, he had come in Baba's contact earlier, must have been quite early time. But then when he came to us, he was already in Meher Baba's contact. And it is told that we young boys, we are told that this, because of his whimsical nature, whenever there is a gathering or some sort of a meeting with Meher Baba, Baba would give him silence, not to allow me to talk. Baba would give him silence. So now this person, he had left his family. He was in Nagpur. He had left his family and came to Pune. Must have been because of this whimsical nature. The family he could not adjust with his family perhaps, and then he left everything with his sons, all the children, and came and settled in Pune. Now, in the beginning, for a month, he stayed with Mr. Gadekar, thereafter Mr. Thadi. But then, now, any family cannot accommodate a person for a long time, only because there is a common factor, that is Meher Baba, that he was kept for 1 month by Mr. Gadekar and by Mr. Thadi. But then he took a shelter in what we call a mutt, or a living place of a saintly person. A person who lives with his disciples. It's a very simple hut-like place. where the saintly person stays, that place is called mutt. So he started living there. And the caretaker of that mutt, there was nobody there. It was quite an old construction. It is still there. It was called Devji Bua Mutt. Devji Bua must have been a saintly person in his name. That mutt was established there. Now he started staying there. Now how was his life? That woman who was looking after that mutt, she used to give him tea in the morning. Nothing more than that. And this person was just satisfied with that much. He had a pair of clothes. He used to wear dhoti and a shirt, and over that shirt a coat, without ironing a coat. Now his life was that just going before bed, he will wash his shirt and dhoti and put it for drying, and then in the morning he will wear that. It was such a simple life, I tell you. He was getting something about 20-25 rupees from his family for his maintenance. Out of that maintenance, now this person had made friendship with many families in Pune, many Baba families, and about 1, 2, 3 families, he was little bit more familiar, and the family, 2, 3 families also very lovingly used to receive him and offer him, whenever he comes, offer him a lunch or dinner, whatever time it may be. And if in mood, he'll partake food. But that 25 rupees he was receiving his family, what he used to do is to save some money, meeting to his personal, very simple life, very simple life. The coat he was wearing and cap, the coat he was wearing, I would say, just to hide the patches of the shirt. That life he was living, but believe me, he was living a Meher Baba life, because the main subject of his life was Meher Baba. So he used to visit Baba lovers' houses and used to spend time. At night he will retire in that mutt. Morning he will take all the seasons, he will take a bath with cold water, sitting under a tap, sitting under running water from the tap, and then he will wear his clothes early in the morning, about 4 o'clock, and he used to, out of that money, little bit of savings, he used to get printed Baba's messages, very selected messages, originally in English and translated into Marathi. He used to get them printed on a very simple, cheap paper. And early in the morning, in that area, a spread out area, he will go from house to house and drop that pamphlet as the postman drops a letter. He will drop that pamphlet in the house. And then whenever there is a weekly satsang in Pune, as during those times, Mr. Gadekar was holding a satsang on Mondays. Then one Mr. Shinde, he was a businessman. He had a footwear shop, and he used to have weekly meeting at his place on Thursdays evening, night, after 9 o'clock. 9 o'clock night. Then Mr. Bandelu, Bandelu is a very big family. They also knew about Meher Baba through Mr. Thade, because Thade was related to him. Bandelu's family was a grandfather's family for Mr. Thade, because Thade's mother comes from Bandeli family. There was an elderly person that Bandeli who retired from the central government and had a good pension. And we're a large family, so many, about 3 brothers and then sisters. Subhadra also comes from that family. Subhadra, Madhusudan's wife, she was also from that family. So these Mr. Bandeli family, they started the program on Sunday morning. And Mr. Thade on Saturday night. See, Saturday night means after 9 o'clock. But at 4 o'clock, this Sule Kaka, he used to take a study circle. He used to give talk. And his favorite subject was Samskaras, impressions. Every time we will open that subject, and for 1 hour he will bore us. And we young boys from the hostel, we would be listening to his talk without understanding anything. That basically that the subject of samskara is very boring subject. And we many of us used to feel dozing, but that person was such Surika Kami, he gets angry means he will get very hot tempered person.
How old
That was the time which was going like that. Now, one very special thing about this person. Yeah, I just before that I will just tell you one funny incident. Now, during that time, we had just come in Baba's contact, and we had just forming Baba's image in our mind. I personally had my own ideas about how Baba must be. Only we heard that Baba is Meher Baba is God in human form. Now, how he looks, how he talks, how he believes, how he behaves, we do not know anything. But I had a faint. We knew that Baba belonged to Baba's name is Irani, last name is Irani. So those days in Pune, especially in the camp area, there were so many Iranis. And these Iranis and Parsis, they have a different look, actually, typical different look. And I had that picture in my mind. Once it so happened that Mr. Sule was taking a class, and we were all sitting on a large table around. There used to be quite number of hostel inmates. Must be about 10, 15 15 boys used to attend these. Of course, they used to attend only under the pressure of the superintendent, and the superintendent was Mr. L.B. Thade. So under his pressure, that we used to sit there quietly listening to the boring lectures of Mr. Sule. Once it was so happened that one person by name Madan, a Parsi gentleman, a typical looking Parsi gentleman, comes there, and 3-4 people from the senior members like Mr. Thade and all these, they went to receive him, and very respectfully they bring him inside that room. It was quite a big room, and then he was made to sit there. Both he and Mr. Sule, they greeted each other, and just by the side of and one corner, Sule was giving a talk, and he sat on this side. Now, this Madan is popularly known as Madan of Ashcharya Malam. Ashcharya means a miraculous or surprising or miraculous. Miraculous is the better word. It is not the literal translation, but miraculous is a better term for that particular. And Mala means ointment. He used to prepare that ointment himself. Must have been some formula he must be knowing, and he used to make, and in small bottles he used to carry with this. And for any ailment, it may be sneezing, it may be cold, it may be toothache, it may be earache, it may be some problem. Whatever it is there, it may be headache, whatever there, he will take out that bottle and apply there. If I am having headache, he will himself take out, and then if I have something in my throat, he will ask me to open my mouth, and he will put that finger and then apply that ointment right in the throat. For this reason, he was called a Madan of Ashcharya Malam. Once he had applied that to my throat, and once he had offered to Meher Baba. He has offered to Meher Baba for use for any ailment which Baba may be having. Baba said, keep it yourself. I don't need it. Now this coming to the story, this Ashcharya Malam, Madan, he came and sat there. And somehow, these Parsis have a typical habits. Something like that. They will do some sort of gestures for no reason. That is in their habit. Now this person, occasionally he will just do like this. Now, this is a Parsi gentleman, quite fair looking, long nose. In my innocent understanding, what I thought is that we hear so much about Meher Baba. Perhaps this is the person who is Meher Baba. I took that Madan to be Meher Baba, and very devotedly I was looking at him throughout the meeting. And he had that type. So I thought this is spiritual gesture, must be some. And after the meeting was over, just before that, he went away. People left him out and he went away. And I asked Mrs. Thadi, how we are lucky that Meher Baba had come to. What you talk? Nonsense. You're a fool. Meher Baba is far handsome, beautiful. This. So that is Madan. Now, somehow this man had a friendship with Mr. Sule. One is very whimsical, another is this person, Asher Mala Madan. What happened that when we were going to Meher Baba on 16th of October 1950, that is in Mahabaleshwar, Baba had called for a meeting for 4 hours. Baba had come back to his old life, and then he had met with his old life disciples or whatever his all associates of old life, and also young people like us who had just known about Mir Baba. So that was the freedom given by Mir Baba, and that is how we went there for that meeting. 16th October 1950 in Mahabaleshwar. Baba had given sermon on that day. And that sermon was given, this is cyclo-style copy, handed over by Meher Baba himself personally to each and every one. We went there and took that copy. So I have preserved that copy because it was received directly from Meher Baba. Now that meeting, for that meeting, these two persons of Pune, they decided that they will walk from Pune to Mahabaleshwar.
Huge.
One is Mr. Madar, Ashira Malam, and another is Sule. They will walk the whole distance. Nobody knows. Nobody from our group knows. They only decided among themselves. And when we were on that one bus full of Baba people only, it was not a reserved bus, but then all the bus was containing Baba people. Now, when we go from Pune to Mahabaleshwar,
There.
hilly area, roads in the hills. There are three guards.
Pratap we lost
Ji.
you for some time, a few seconds. You were
All
talking
right.
about all the people in the bus were Baba lovers. Can you continue
Yes.
there? Yeah, please.
Yes. All the people were Baba lovers. They were Baba lovers of Pune. What is your question?
No, what happened was the internet connection was broken for few seconds, and
Acha.
I was just trying to tell you where we could hear you last. That was about everybody in the bus being Baba lovers. So you can continue the story from there. So that
Acha.
yeah, that's a request.
So all the bus was full of Baba lovers, and then we crossed one ghat, that is Katraj Ghat, is a Katraj Ghat. Second was Khandala Ghat, and third was Pachkadi. So when the second ghat, it was a very difficult, very steep slope, and the road is not very broad. Now they are quite made a very comfortable journey, but on those days it was a very dangerous, also risky also, because two buses cannot cross each other. They have to stop at one side, other will pass. Unless that passes, this cannot stop. That used to be the time. Of course, there was not much traffic on the roads. So in that bus we were traveling, and I was sitting with Mr. L.B. Thadi in the just behind the driver's seat. There was Mr. Sule. The seat was for on that seat. One person was sitting. I'm just not disclosing the name now, right now. One person was sitting, and just behind that, we three were sitting. Myself, Mr. Thade, and other one, and back other people were sitting there. Now, when we were about to reach the top of that ghat, what we saw is that this old man, Mr. Sule, holding his umbrella like this in his hand, he is walking alone, all alone. And because of, we all knew that this man is very whimsical person. He has walked all the distance up to the last stage, up to the about the second ghat, and that was practically about to be completed. And when he saw that, Thade was taken by shock because he was worried as to what will be the reaction of this person. Now he's walking and we are going in a bus. So we stopped the bus. Mr. Thade got down along with two other people, and they requested, Kaka, please come in the seat in the bus.
पियर म्हटले घाट म्हणजे PIER पियर घाट घाट
घाट
पियर म्हटले.
So we requested, they requested, and luckily, without any aggression, without any getting upset, he came quietly and sit there. And what happened is he got a seat right by the side of Mr. Madan. Just imagine, both had Madan agreed to walk along with Sule. But he came with us. Madan came with us on a bus, making that old person walk all this distance all alone. And when he sat by Madan's side, Madan touched his face, Sule's face. Oh dear, how are you? And he just shut up his hand. Nonsense, get away from me. This fool, he had told me that he will also accompany me on this walk. And now he's very comfortable with sitting in a bus. Nonsense. He got very upset. Of course, thereafter we reached, that meeting was over. When I was called by Baba after the program in the month of December on Mehra's birthday. The first program was performed before Baba. Just before that, just at that time, Baba had asked me to come after a week all alone. I had a opportunity to sit with Baba all alone, one-on-one. I'm not coming to that point now, but then when the people in Pune, it was the first bus at about 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock or so, or maybe 5 o'clock. Early in the morning, I came from the hostel. So many people had gathered to say goodbye to me. I was to go to Mera Baba in Mahabaleshwar on Baba's call, and all the people in Pune were feeling so very happy that all had gathered at that bus stand to give me send off. It was a very beautiful sight. In fact, I can never forget that in my life. Now, when I entered the bus and took my seat, the driver also took his seat, and the bus was about to start. This old man, Sule, he comes inside and puts me some piece of cloth or something wrapped in a cloth, in a paper. Something wrapped in a paper. He puts me in my hand and tells me, don't open it now. You open it when you're on the way. And I was holding like that. This old man who was was maintaining his life on the very meager amount which he was received from his family. He comes and puts that in my hand and leaves. And the bus starts. And I'm just looking out and traveling all alone. On the way, right after traveling practically most of the distance, I curiously opened that because he had told me, don't open it now, open it on the way. I curiously opened that, and what it was containing was the lozenges, limlet, what the tablets.
Yeah.
If I feel thirsty, I should chew it. That was must have been his idea. And very lovingly I finished it because it was received by me from a person who was running his own life on a very bigger amount. Within that, he had given me this valuable gift. A very nice person, really. Now, yes, I think there is little time. One more story about Mr. Gadekar I will tell you, because thereafter I will shift on to main subject of Dr. Gani and all that. But then about Gadekar, this we have heard from other people, just might well. But very, very interesting story. Mr. Gadekar was holding some charge in the it is called education inspector. He is supposed to have the whole district under his charge. The schools of the whole district under his charge, primary schools. He has to visit those schools and just manage all that affairs of the schools. It so happened that those days in small villages, there used to be very small rooms for schools, and very poor children, poor small children with very simple clothes. If their clothes not properly clothed, not properly washed, they will come for the school, because that I have seen that life. I have seen that life in my life. I had so many. I have lived in such localities where small boys, even they didn't have good clothes to wear. I have myself seen that sort of life, because so many of my friends were like that. So in those days, in the villages, such boys will come and sit there. There will be one teacher who will be teaching everything, all subjects. It used to be a primary school. Up to fourth standard, they will teach only on one school, 1, 2, 3, 4 standard, under the charge of one teacher. And that teacher is not very rich person. We know that, we Babalos know that this, what is the name? Barnatu. Barnatu was also teacher, but he was a better off. But then in other villages, many of the villages, even under the tree, they used to hold the classes of the school. And this education inspector is supposed to visit these schools and just see whether schools are running properly, whether teachers are attending properly, whether children, there was a law. It is a compulsory education law from the age of 6 up to 12. From the age of 6 to 12, it is a compulsory education. No child should sit at home who is covered by that age group. At the age of 6, a child must be admitted to some school. And that time, even there used to be many free schools run by government, very free schools. But then children used to work in the fields, in agriculture, helping their parents. So just to encourage them to attend the schools, this compulsion was brought that from the age of 6 to 12, every child must go attend a school. That was in the early time after the independence. Now, there was one such a village wherein one teacher was there. And when Mr. Gadekar went there to pay a visit along with his assistant, what he found is that the children were playing. There was a small, say, construction, small room, must have been small room, where the classes must be, that person must be holding classes. And the teacher was absent. And the boys were just playing there around that school. And when this Mr. Gadigar went there, he found that the teacher is absent. He took a note of this, and he asked the chief Patil. It's called Patil. Patil, that means the chief of the village. He asked him why the school is, why the boys are playing there. Where is the teacher? And on inquiries, heard that the teacher had gone to his village to attend something of some the private work. Must have been some agricultural problem. And Mr. Gadekar took a note of it. And then he comes to his office. That was in Pune. He comes to his office. And when the teacher came there, the Patil calls him. And he told me that you are coming in trouble now because there was a visit by the education inspector and he has taken your name. My God, that person was so very upset. What I am losing my job now. I am losing 100%. I am losing my job, and he was so much worried. But then somebody knew that Mr. Gadekar is Baba lover. So if you mention about Mir Baba, he will. He will. I mean, this be quite. He will be quite. What should I say?
Soft.
Very soft.
Yeah.
Happy.
That was information given by somebody to that school teacher, because school teacher was called by Gadekar to his office, and he was actually trembling. He came to Gadekar's office. When he was waiting for Gadekar, Gadekar got down from the tonga. This man was standing right in front of the right by the side of the road, and the the peon who was holding umbrella over Gadekar's head, and Gadekar in his mood, he started walking towards his office. There was a small distance, and this man just said, "Jai Meher Baba," and he just looked by surprise. Who is this man calling Jai Meher Baba? Then Gadekar went to his office, called that person. This person was called, and then all that inquiry, that who is that person? He said he confessed that I am that person who was absent during the visit. But now here, see the miracle. Just by that one single name, Jai Meher Baba, Gadekar thought that the person is Meher Baba lover. That name changed the whole case. Gadekar called for that case. His assistant brought that case. There was a big case prepared against this person. He was to be dismissed from the service. But because of that one name, without even knowing who is Meher Baba and what he did, that name played such a miracle that he asked that assistant tear out all those papers of that case which was prepared against this person. So this is the miracle of one name.
Baba's name.
This story was told by the teacher himself to K.K. Ramakrishnan.
Wow. So he became Baba lover?
No, I didn't. Thereafter, we do not know, but I met that person. He became a Baba. He started respecting Baba lover, but not that to that extent of working Baba or Baba.
Okay.
But he at least came to know and he took that name.
Yeah.
One small incident, similar incident. What happened is, this is how that name plays a miracle. Mr. Khilnani, Raj Khilnani was a police commissioner, and all these police staff, they knew that this commissioner is a Baba lover, Meher Baba lover. And what happened is that one police who is working under Raj Khilnani, he caught hold of some person because of some offense committed by, must have been some traffic offense or something of that sort, not very serious one. But then he charged some penalty for that, and he made a receipt. That police made a receipt against that person, and that person paid that amount. And just out of his not knowing anything about, he just say, "Oh, Baba," and the police thought that he is referring to Mer Baba,
Oh.
and he knew that Khilnani, the high topmost officer, is Mahabaleshwar.
Yeah.
So he thought that he will come into trouble. he, he just turned off that receipt and made him free. No, you go away now.
Wow.
In short, how that name
Yeah. Yeah.
unconsciously taken that name, it also works miracles. Now we are coming to you. Now this is for today's topic. These two are about this name. These two are additional stories.
Yeah.
I wanted to take the subject of
So
Sule.
what was the age of Sore at that time generally?
Sule must have been above 60.
Okay.
In between 60 and 70. Now, he died thereafter. I mean, he didn't live much. We had attended his funeral.
Oh.
Even though he was very familiar with all the Bab.
So when
Everybody knew about his nature. Sorry. Yes, please.
When Soreji had Baba's darshan on October 16th, 1950, did Baba ask him to be quiet? Remember, you said that Baba would ask him to keep quiet. Sore, yeah. In that meeting, did Baba ask him to keep quiet?
No, that was not of that that sort of a meeting. That
Okay.
there was some seriousness about that meeting.
Yeah, right. Okay.
Now, about this 16th October meeting, Sule Kaka, he had composed a song. उठा उठा हो चला सर्वजण चला दर्शनाला, तुम्हा भेटण्या स्वर्गांतलीचा परमात्मा आला. The God has come from the heavens to meet you. Come on, let us go for the darshan. That's a beautiful marching song he had composed. And all of us, led by Madhustan, we had gone to that place singing this song.
Wow.
He had also composed one arti for Poona Bhajan Mandali. So in the beginning, before Madhusudan composed his own arti, Divya Sanatan, before that, the Poona Bhajan Mandali used to sing the arti which was composed by Sule Kaka.
So how can you sing a couple of lines from there?
Yes, I will. If you want, I will sing it.
Yeah.
First, there are some dohas, some verses. शृणु मे वचनत्वम् परम प्रेम धीमतम् मद्भक्ता यत्र गायन्ति तत्र तिष्ठामि सन्ततम्. What he says is, wherever God says, wherever my devotees are singing my name, My presence is always there. Madbhakta yatra gayanti tatra tisthami santatam. Meher nazar sthani रमो मेहर कीर्तनी मेहर ही सदा ध्यानी वसो मेर चिंतनी मंद मंद हसितम निवृतम चित्त शांति सुखवंत श्रीमतम संत संग सुर वृंद मंडितम चिंतयामि मेरे संततम दीप्तिमन्तनयनं सुमण्डितं शान्ति पंचयुतिवन्त पंडितं षण्रिपुदमन दुःख खण्डितं चिंतयामि मेरे संततम हे अवतारा मेहर बाबा आरती स्वीकारो मेहरबान आरती स्वीकारो आरती स्वीकारो मेहरबान आरती स्वीकारो प्रभु जी आरती स्वीकारो नेह निरंजन प्रीति का घृत आत्मा दीप जले मेहरबात्मा दीप जले संचित पुण्य ही पुष्प बनाकर अर्पित बदतन में हो संचित पुण्य ही पुष्प बनाकर अर्पित बदतन में नजर आपकी प्रेम भरी सी पाप पटल दे दे मेहरबा पाप पटल दे दे मनोनाशिनी शांतिमय पंच प्राण उजले ओ मनोमोहनाशिनी शांतिमय पंच प्राण उजले सर्वस्व का सुफल अर्पिता दास दीन आपका मेहरबा दास दीन आपका चरणों के सिर रखे मांगता कृपा नजर दीक्षा ओ चरणों के सिर रखे मांगता कृपा नजर दीक्षा हे अवतारा मेहर बाबा आरती स्वीकारो मेहरबान आरती स्वीकारो आरती स्वीकारो मेहरबान आरती स्वीकारो प्रभु जी आरती स्वीकारो. So this was the arti which he had composed for the Poona Bhajan Mandali, and this is the arti we used to sing at the beginning.
It's beautiful.
And then one Mr. Bhavsar, he was a ticket collector. He was very much after money. Madhusudan. Now we must have one arti for our Bhajan Mandali. We must have our own arti for our Bhajan Mandali. Then Madhusudan composed the Divya Sanatana Paramadaigan.
Beautiful, beautiful.
So that is about Sude.
So
anything from your side, please?
Anybody? Any thoughts, any questions, any comments?
Yes, please.
Yeah, feel free to ask. Rosalie, Diana, Betty, and anybody.
Yeah, tell me anything that did Ghani on that day, on the October 16th, did Ghani say anything that you remember during that meeting?
Gani had attended that meeting, and I remember that scenery. Now Baba was sitting on Baba was in new life. He had come in the old life for few hours, 4 hours only. And then it was a stable. It was the Aga Khan property. Aga Khan is the divine personality in Khoja community. And Aga Khan is very fond of horse races. So he had one big bungalow. That bungalow was called Aga Khan bungalow. And they did a very large area. There were outhouses, so many outhouses. He was a king, like a king. Aga Khan, all the Aga community, Khoja community, they used to take him as to a god. A very rich person, and in that area of Mahabaleshwar, there was a stable. It was covered all around. One gate. On the top, it is open. And Baba is sitting. Suppose that the is there, Baba is sitting here. And Baba's companions, new like companions, are sitting behind Baba. Dr. Donkin is standing there. Others are there. Erech and everything. And all we people are sitting. We were on the second row. Minu Kharaz was sitting right in front of, near Baba. And then on the right side, now you ask about Dr. Ganyu, on the right side, Dr. Ganyu, little away from Baba, not very close to Baba, Dr. Ganyu was sitting there. But then, in the seriousness of that meeting also, Baba used to make some sort of
Yeah, internet problem. So let's wait.
Rats. This is Baba's joke.
Beautiful. Yeah. But very engaging stories that he Pratap did told today. It's so beautiful. Yeah.
I gotta hear.
Was the Aga Khan Palace the site where they saw Bagani first? What was?
No, I don't know. I think he probably Baba did see Ghani before, but
Baba did,
Khan
yeah.
Palace is the place. At least he was talking about October 16th. maybe.
Right.
Yeah.
After New Life. Yeah.
Oh, he's still there.
He's still there, yeah.
Very beautiful story, though. Like, the people are always a lot of Baba personalities are like that, pretty whimsical.
Still.
John Bass was like that. I mean, a lot of stories about him, right?
Yeah.
Wait. Nice stories, right? Just taking Baba's name helped two people. Yeah.
I just really enjoy when he laughs. When he
Right,
thinks
yeah.
it's so funny. I don't even care what he says. I love it.
He's
Yeah.
enjoying
Like, wow.
it.
Yeah. You can
Yeah.
feel so well. And
Well-
also such appreciation of whatever small things.
Yeah.
He does that so beautiful. It's just beautiful.
The man could keep his job just by saying.
Wow.
By Jai Baba.
Listen, I'm sure Baba lovers have used that too. More than, yeah.
The other story, Rosalie, he talked about Raj Khilnani. His brother Vinod is currently at the center. Yeah. You know Vinod Khilnani?
We know that
Yeah.
his daughter is pretty.
Yeah, Preeti's
Yes,
father.
yes, yes.
So Raj's brother he is. Yeah. Raj Khilnani's brother.
Oh.
Oh, yeah. And he was, he's still there. Raj Khilani, of course, I see him at Mehrabad occasionally.
Oh.
Yeah. He's a police, is somebody he held a very good post, responsibility in the police department.
He gave a wonderful talk one time about being a child and, how that was his aspiration. It's just a loving story.
Yeah. And they all stayed at Kushlu quarters for quite some time. During even Bhavji and the kids also stayed at that time. So they had a lot of interaction with Mehernath and Sheila. So at this time,
that must have been a little hard because they were doing Suri's RT and then Manasuda. Jai Baba.
Yeah, Jai Baba, Pratapji.
We can't hear you yet.
He's muted.
Acha, Pratapji, you have to unmute. Let's see. You have to unmute so we can hear you. How would I request you to unmute?
I think he's unmuted. Oh, he is.
No, I think he's frozen now.
Yeah. Yeah. It's tough connection today, I think. Out there.
Yeah.
No, he's
Here he
not.
is. Here he is. Yeah.
Say something, Pratap.
It's funny that I don't even see that phone in the contacts list for me to
No.
mute. The recording is going on. Why is that though? I should be able to ask him to unmute, but I can't.
Who is that at the end of the list? Vivo, 1610.
That's
but that is
awesome.
unmuted. That is unmuted. Pratapji, can you hear us?
Yes, please.
Oh,
so now we can hear you too. So please continue. Maybe we're almost at the end. So you were talking about Dr. Ghani sitting next to Baba. And
Yes.
that's where we left.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On the right side of and the doctor just there I will sorry.
sound is not good.
Yeah. The sound is not good. Maybe we will end the meeting here today, and probably you can continue the story in the next one, in the next
time. Yeah.
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 Yeah. And it is also late for you. I mean, I think we are past 1 hour and you may want to rest up and everything. So let's all take Baba's name 3 times and we'll call this meeting off at that time.
Avatar,
Meher
Baba.
ki
Avatar, Mer Baba ki jai. Avatar, Mer Baba ki
Baba.
jai.
Okay.
Beloved Avatar, Mer Baba.
Thank you, Pratapji. Thank you.
See you next
Thank
time.
you.
See you next time.
Pratapji, Jai Baba, Prakashi, thank you.
Thank you.
Never too
Much
late.
love, everybody.
Early. Just in time.
Miracle of name. Miracle of name.
Happy birthday to my mom, 95 years old. God bless her.
Oh, yeah. Take it easy. Jai Baba. Jai Baba. Thank you, Pratapji.
Jai Baba.
Thank you.
Thank you for your prayers, everybody.
Thank you. Thank
Jai
you.
Baba. Jai Baba.
Thank you so
Yeah.
much. Bye.
Bye.
Ah.